Hello again and welcome back to the Hotel Advisory Expert channel. I'm Montiero and today we are going to talk about hotel business centers, how to convert dead areas of your hotel into revenue generating profit centers. In a bit.
Welcome back to the Hotel Advisory Expert channel. As always, Montiero with us. Today, we're going to talk about Hotel Business Center. And let's just dive right in and let's start. Please tell me, what is Hotel Business Center?
Well, traditionally, a hotel business center, Iran, has been a place where guests come in to get their letters typed, get their printouts, perhaps make a couple of calls. This over the years has become quite irrelevant with our smartphones and with technology.
I guess many years ago people used to go to send fax.
Exactly.
I did it once.
Yeah. So now, technology has made a lot of this kind of redundant, and along with that, hotels have kind of incorporated the business center into the executive center. So Marriott at their M clubs will have some business center facilities, but by and large, most hotels have kind of converted their business centers into, they've downsized them and converted them more into kind of libraries or shops.
Well, does every hotel have business center?
No, it's really only business hotels which had the business center to begin with. And as we evolved to where we are today, I think that most hotels have done away with business centers. So in a way, it's kind of a retro move to bring back the business center.
Tell me, how did COVID-19 affect those business hotels?
Well, all business stopped. People were not traveling anymore. The shops and the lobbies became dead areas.
I see. Well, compared to the traditional traveler hotels, those tourists that come to sightseeing, and those hotels that more focusing and oriented for business travelers, the COVID-19 affect differently, or they both suffer the same pain?
Well, they both suffered the same pain, but the business hotels came back faster.
Okay.
People who need to travel for business need to travel anyway, whereas leisure travel is something which is dependent upon the situation. It can be postponed. It's not as urgent as a business travel.
I see.
Requirement.
Well, I have in that regards, what is the new trends? I see that the world is evolving and we see what we call the hybrid working place. Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple, all big companies that allow their employees work from home, work and travel. We know that here in Thailand, they even issue a specific visa for people to work from home. And how does it affect as a recovery, as you said, that the business hotel recover faster than the travel hotels? What is the new trends about working space in hotels?
I think that today hotels are looking at creating co-working spaces. Co-working spaces are essentially spaces which people who may be living in the area can come to and use as office spaces.
I see.
You can have an energy in the lobby which would not be there if you were dependent upon the business traveler flying in from overseas.
Yeah.
Now, there's one thing about us as human beings, we like to go into hotels, especially lobbies that have life.
Yeah.
Not crowded, mind you, but hotels which have co-working spaces have people who may be living in the area coming to work.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't matter to the guest who's checking in
Yeah.
whether those people live locally or they are.
It's generating more traffic.
It's generating more traffic.
Yeah.
And therefore, a co-working space gives the lobby an energy which it would otherwise not have.
Well, you're saying that hotels are incorporating more space for co-working space.
That's right. They are doing this, and it makes sense because during COVID, you had a lot of shops,
Space, commercial space.
commercial
again.
space, which today those entrepreneurs are not able to afford. So what have they done? They've terminated the lease, or they have simply not paid the rents, and hotel owners have responded by, well, cutting them off.
Yeah.
So what do the guests see? They see a lobby that is empty. They see shops which are unoccupied. In other words, it's a pretty depressing sight.
Yeah. Well, so for hotels, investors, what kind of ROI, return of your investment, hotel can expect from this kind of business center improvement, what they can generate from those business center with those new trends compared to the old fashioned, the old style of business center?
So the first thing is, right now the revenue on those areas is zero.
Yeah.
Assuming that you're able to rent the shops, you would probably have that at a discount to what the rent used to be, at least for a year or so.
And definitely what it should reflect at the current value at the moment.
Exactly. But if you are to create a co-working space or a business center again, and you have that area buzzing again, I would say that the returns are 30 to 50% over what you used to earn. Yes.
That is significant.
It is significant, yes.
And how does it affect the hotel itself?
Well, the hotel itself can look forward to added revenue to its income stream. It can also probably benefit from F&B revenue, from coffees and bakery items, which it otherwise would not have sold. It also might have additional occupancy on the room side, because people associate this hotel with being an area that's lively and an area that they can invite their clients to have meetings in.
I will tell you, as a business traveler, I travel a lot of places around the world, and in many places I go and have some meetings with local people overseas, and it's always about that, where can we meet? Do you think that it will fit those travelers that looking for a place to conduct business? I mean, I know people do it in the lobby, but I think it's not enough private place to do that. Mm-hmm. Is that kind of co-working space can provide me as a business traveler?
Well, I would look at that as definitely something that is good for the client who's staying in the hotel. But more important, Iran, I would look at it as an added income stream from a long-term lease that you can sell to a local person in the area or a local company in the area. I'd look at the short-term leases that come with that. So what you're really doing here is creating a whole new income stream under the other income head.
I see. Well, talking about that, what are your specific recommendation for that you can provide hotel owners or investors that they need or they can implement to ensure that the best results that will come up from this business center, co-working business center?
Well, for starters, I would say that setting up a business center is not just about, carpeting the area, putting in a couple of desks, and calling it a business center.
Yeah.
You need to look at the approach to this has to be very professional.
It should be proper, huh?
It should be very professional. I would say that you need to bring in a brand to advise you on how to maximize the use of the dead space.
Yes.
And that dead space could be the shops, like I mentioned earlier. It could be the second floor above the lobby.
Yeah.
As long as there's a lot of natural light that is what is required to set up a business center. And I think that a brand could probably advise you on how to make the best use of this business space.
I see. Well, is that a concept of the co-working space, is that relevant for hotels that currently are not associated yet maybe with business travelers? Can opening a co-working space change the image of the hotel brand as a hotel that invite business travelers?
Yes, it could, for sure. I think that every area has its own clientele, it has its own vibe, and it attracts a different kind of fly, so to speak, to the honey.
Yeah.
So you need to look at, even if it is a leisure product, as long as you're prepared to dedicate space to a business center, a co-working space, that you can create a whole new market which could actually pay you better rates than leisure, and which can create additional income streams for the hotel.
To summarize that, I want to understand clearly, and correct me if I'm wrong, is the new trends actually come and not to replace, well, I would say traditional business center, is maybe even to grow them. It's to open a business center that is more business oriented and providing additional service with the current trends of all those co-working space that you hear all around the world. They open them everywhere now. So the hotel industry can jump on this party and say like, hey, we can do it also. And I think that if I see it clearly, as far as we met a lot of hotels owner, hotels have a lot of dead area. Not every hotel, but some hotels could not recover from COVID-19 completely. They have a lot of banquet or space that is not usable at the moment. And that space at the moment generate nothing. And that opportunity of co-working space can bring a new revenue stream.
Absolutely.
So I want to ask you as last question, what can you offer hotel owners in regards to co-working space?
Well, we can offer to look at the space to begin with, and then we can offer an advisory service to connect hotel owners with contractors, with brands, and essentially to convert those dead spaces to money-making revenue streams.
Well, I think this is money to ears that wants to listen to you. And I hope that, hotel owners will take that new trends and adopt it in the best way possible. Ashley, as always, thank you so much for coming to your own channel. And let's continue making more good content.
Thank you, Aaron.
Don't forget, like and subscribe. This video is very good for your knowledge, and if it's helping you, like us.